I am so proud of myself. When I tell you I am proud of myself, I deserve a toast. Kudos, child. Girl, yeah, maxed it out and everything. So your girl went from maxing out credit card limits to maxing out HSAs. I think that's a word. And as you know, I'm following the baby steps. I'm on baby step 4 and 6. Baby step 4 is to save 15% of your income to retirement. And now that I've maxed out my 2021 HSA, I am still contributing to my 401k, but I'm going to check in on my Roth IRA to see if I need to adjust those contributions so that I'm in line with contributing that 15%. So before I skate past this achievement, y'all, I maxed out. I gave the maximum contributions toward my 2020 HSA and my 2021 HSA this year. Like, I feel like I understood the assignment. Like I ate and left no crumbs. And I'm pretty proud of myself. I know you can tell. And before I move on to seeing how I should adjust my Roth IRA contributions, I am going to check in on some trackers I was using throughout the year to track my progress. So first up, you see my yearly goals. I think this was, my 2021 goals progress is what I called it. And I am going to go ahead and update this amount to show that that full $3,600 has been contributed to my 2021 HSA. I'll also be able to add a check mark to my overall yearly goals graphic, and I'll update some of those other ones later. Now switching over to my Roth IRA. As of this last update, I had decided to make a deposit into my Roth IRA of $214.57, and that had been going well. I hadn't planned on maxing out my 2021 Roth IRA this year, but looking ahead, I am going to prioritize that, maxing it out before the 2022 tax deadline. So that will be one of my goals for the top of 2022. So I'm going to keep that in mind as I move through this update. Now I'm going to go back to a document I was using before. I think I shared this document where it shows my 401k, what I'm contributing to my 401k, my health savings account, and the Roth IRA. When I first put this together, I was trying to make sure that I was contributing that 15% or baby step 4. And so I determined what 6% of my income was, what the max on the HSA would bring that percentage to, and then whatever was left, and putting that to the Roth IRA, what would be that percentage. So my 401k is actually now at 7%. On my debt payoff anniversary, September 9th, I scheduled for my 401k contributions to increase 1% year over year. So now that's at 7%. Now I am on the fence about that because my company matches my 6%, but then, there's that extra 1%. I thought about just contributing to my 401k up to that 6% and then taking that 1% and putting it into something else. I'll leave it for now, but as I'm thinking through my goals for 2022, I may actually just contribute to my 401k up to that 6% match and then max out the HSA, the Roth IRA, come back to my 401k and continue to contribute that way. So as it stands, if my 401k is getting 7% of my income, then my Roth IRA could get 8% of my income. This was created some months ago. I kind of don't want to manipulate this, but it does provide me with some good information to see where I was in time, along with that goals progress, so I can see how I want to move forward. When I evaluated at the beginning of the year, the amount that it would take to contribute those percentages over the 18 paychecks in the year, I was contributing $160.88 to my health savings account. I did max that out at the end of October. So, and also this is 5%. So it wouldn't just be a matter of adding this amount to my $214.57. I could decrease this by about a fifth and take this down to 4%. And then add that amount to my Roth IRA contribution. So I am going to take a look at that. Just work with me here. I'm going to evaluate which is the best way to go. But first, I want to see how much of my 2021 contribution limit do I have to go to meet that for my Roth IRA contributions. So if I take $6,000 and the balance is $35, $34, $34, then that leaves me with $24.65.66. Less than halfway to go to max out my 2021 Roth IRA. So let me try this. I am going to take this $160.88 and reduce it by 1% to get to 4%. Again, 4 plus 4%, it would be the 8% to the 7% to the 401k. So let's go with equals this times 0.8. So we're going to take out 20%. So we'll leave the remaining 80%. So that brings that to 128.71. If we were to take that amount and add it, let's see, equals, so the sum of, oops, my equals is over here. Let's put you back there. 214.57. So that's what I'm contributing to my Roth right now, plus 128.71. So that brings this contribution and the 8% to 343.28. Again, this is per paycheck. And so if I were to take this remaining balance to that Roth contribution limit and divide it by that amount, then that would leave about 7 paychecks until I can max this out. Okay. And then again, that would be 343.28 per paycheck. So I did already look into how many paychecks do I have left before April 15 or the tax deadline of 2022. And I have 10 paychecks left. So if I instead took this balance and divided by 10, would actually make a payment. And actually, let me cut this and place it up here beside this payment. And so this would actually be 10 paychecks. So here are my paychecks. Let's see, actually, let me insert something here. So here we go, the Roth IRA balance. The balance left, again, to max this out is at $24.65, about $24.66. The contribution amount, if I were to go to that 8%, would be $343.28, and that would be about 7 paychecks before I can knock this out and go ahead and have that 2021 contribution already met. Or I could go with an even 10 payments, because I know I have 10 paychecks up until the tax deadline, and that would be $246.57. So this would be a difference of $96.71. Now, what I like about this is a couple things. Well, of course, I could make that $246.57. I could give myself a little wiggle room per pay period. I mean, having $96 per pay period isn't bad, okay? Or I could, get pretty focused on it to try to get it knocked out evenly, but as soon as possible. I'm still going to do that though. Even if I decided I was going to go with the $246.57, I would still try to get this completed as soon as possible. So anytime I have a little bit extra, I'm going to put more and more into it to get it completed as soon as possible, because I'm also thinking of the fact that in 2022, at the beginning of the year, I'll start contributing to my 2022 HSA as well. I think that $36.50 contribution limit over the paychecks, I think we get about 26 paychecks in the year, will average to about $140 a pay period. So that's something also to consider, that those 2022 HSA contributions will start up in January as well. In addition to that, I'm also keeping in mind that 343, now this quick loose math, hopefully this checks out. I just did this right here, right now, but that is 8%. And I had been used to paying 8%. So I should be used to paying that 15% that I've been paying for about a year now. So maybe it's good to go ahead and go with that full 8%, that $343.28. So I want to hear from you. What do you think I should do? Should I stick with the 8%? Go ahead and contribute $343.28, get that knocked out a few payments sooner, at least a couple payments sooner. Or should I go ahead and contribute that $246.57, give myself some wiggle room with each pay period? Let me know your thoughts. Either way, I'm good to go. Either way, I'm going to put as much as I can to it, even if it's more than this 8%, because I, again, want to knock that out. But I'm also considering my other goals, one of them being contributing that 5% to my mortgage. If you saw my latest mortgage update, that goal that I set of paying down my mortgage 5% is almost complete. And technically, because I'm contributing to my Roth IRA, and that's the goal that I set, that would complete all of my goals. So if I can get my mortgage knocked out within the next couple weeks, I will have a month to spare, honey, with my goals, and then I am ready to plan for next year. But don't forget to let me know what you think I should do. Should I stick with that 8%? Should I go with an even 10 paychecks? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already one of my wonderful subscribers or return viewers. Give the video a like. Don't forget to comment, and I'll see you next time.